I was asked to do a video on this before, and I wasn't sure how I was going to approach it, but I think I have an idea now, so here we go. I think loneliness is something that most people deal with at some point in their lives. That said, I think that as persons with disabilities, loneliness just kind of happens to be a part of our lives that is possibly more prevalent because of the nature of how we need to live on your disability, of course. But I know many people with different types of disabilities that for one reason or another, at some point, they feel lonely. They feel depressed. And so I want to say that that is completely normal and that everybody has that happen to them. Whether they're 12 or 22, and it happens not all the time, but it's going to happen many times throughout your life. It happens to me. And I know a lot of you might think that I have my life together, but just know that what I choose to put on YouTube is what I choose to put on YouTube, and I get to edit that and make that what I want it to look like and to be for you guys. And not that I'm ever lying to you. I really am as authentic as possible with you guys, but I get lonely too, and I get depressed too, and I know what it's like to kind of have that dark cloud of I have no friends, what am I gonna do with my life? It's Saturday night and I don't have any plans, or how am I going to, get through X situation that most people wouldn't have to deal with, and all they're talking about or thinking about is what they're gonna wear to said prom. So I know what it is like to feel a little bit misunderstood, and that can sound and be lonely. It can. Now, how do you remedy that? I don't know. I can't give you a answer that will cure everything, because if I could, I'd be using that answer all the time, and I would put it in a book, and then I would make thousands of dollars off my book. But I don't have that answer for you, and I can say that for me, that's why I have my cats. That's why I listen to music that uplifts me. That's why I have some really good friends who I can call, and sometimes they're busy, and that's the thing, is when your friends are all busy and you are the only one kind of left out, that can be even more lonely than just having to deal with something that other people don't have to deal with and trying to figure that out on your own, because you don't have anybody to really turn to. But I think in those moments, that's why I started a YouTube channel, and that's why I love YouTube so much, is because when you are feeling lonely, when you are feeling like you're the only one having to deal with a specific situation, you can go to a platform like YouTube or Facebook or Twitter and say, this is how I'm feeling, and find many people who also feel that way. So know that you are not alone. And I think the ultimate cure for loneliness, if I can call it that, is to find the way that you feel that you are not alone. Find that thing that makes you feel like you belong to something. Because I'm going to tell you this, is you belong to this world because you were put on this earth for a reason. So your loneliness in this time might be just something preparing you for when you find that thing that makes you feel like yourself again, to be able to share that with the world. You know, it's a very hard topic to broach, and I know that I may have just made this even more complicated by putting some existential words in there, but know that you, at the core of all of this, you are worth it. You are not alone. You can and should and will make a difference. And that your disability does not matter about anything, really. Like, it gives you a different perspective on the world. Yes, that's a good thing. That should not make you feel lonely. That should make you feel proud and excited. Know that you are good enough. That's the other thing, is like, you don't have to feel like, well, I'm by myself, I'm lonely, I am not good enough for anything, and I shouldn't be bugging people even if they want me to bug them, because I just shouldn't, and I'm depressed and blah. And yeah, I've been in that exact position myself, you know, and it's not a good, like, it doesn't feel good to be in that position. And so, hey, if I can help anybody out of that position, I will gladly do that. I know how hard it is to feel those feelings at that time, and to have somebody say to you, like, it's going to get better, because it will, because it always does, and you feel like, what would you know? You're not me. This is my life, and this is my situation. And I don't know every life. I don't know every situation. I don't know every person in the world. But I can tell you that, from my experience at least, every situation, given some time, given some space, and given some positive energy, does get better. Now, does it get better in the exact way that you would expect it to? Maybe not, but it gets better, and it is worth sticking around for. So really, loneliness is a feeling that you need to address. You can't not deal with it. You have to say, okay, I'm feeling lonely, and this is a feeling that you have to do that. Like, that's a healthy thing to do. But then you figure out how you can get past that. Is it like joining a group? Like, I just found a website called Meet Up, and I don't know if it's just Canadian or if it's Canadian and American, but I can now type in my city, and it'll show me like all of the different types of clubs that are around my city. So different movie clubs, or acting things, or meditation, or speaking, or photography, or coding for computers. Like, there is like a club for everything. Adult coloring. There's you can find those things, or possibly just being around positive people, whether they're your parents or your best friend or your animals. I think animals and people are just a DNA strand apart, so I'm gonna call animals people and people animals. But I feel passionately about this because I know that mental health is very important, and I don't want anybody feeling down or depressed. I know it's a feeling. I know that everybody's gonna feel it at some point, but I know what it is like to be in that position and to be disabled and in that position, and to have all of these other extenuating circumstances like on top of it. So I know what that is like, and I don't want more people to have to go. Anyway, I hope this video was not too long and rambly and made some sense and you got something from it. If you did, share it or like it. And if you are new here, subscribe, click the little red button, and then click the bell beside it, because that means that you'll get all of my notifications when I post a video, and I post daily, so you don't want to miss a day. But I'm gonna say, keep pushing, and I will see you in the comments.